Hello my friends and welcome to episode 65 of The Wanderer. We're still at Hearts of course. Since the last episode, we did cover the Hibs game in the last episode right at the end, so if you missed the result of that you can go back and see the details of that in the last episode. We covered the two Rangers games of course, but the youth recruitment came after the Hibs game, and I wanted to go through that in that episode. So we then lost to Dundee, went 1-0 up, and then we just had an awful half. Peter Patev for 5.9 there, got criticised in the media for keeping him on. In reality though, I really don't know what could have done. We did come back into the game in the second half, but damage was done and just were shell shocked, if you want to put it that way. We then played Motherwell at home. We won 3-1. We went 1-0 down and I was like, oh, we're having one of these situations. But we picked it up. Caviglia scored just before half time. Harry Cochrane came off the bench and scored, and Z Gomez scored as well. He picked up an injury in this game, I think. It was in training just before this game. He picked up a calf strain and he was playing with painkilling injections. It's the same with the Aberdeen game. He played with painkilling injections and scored again. Jamie Walker and Jamie Baronis on the score sheet. They were poor in the first half again, but we did pick up in the second, and at that point I decided with D Gomez, I'm going to let him see out his injury. It was looking like it was going to be something like 2 months, although I think I've timed this about right, because we might actually have him back in time for the Celtic game according to what his recovery schedule is showing. But we then played Partick Thistle right before the split. We played them the first game after the split as well. We drew 0-0. It was a boring game, and honestly we couldn't hit the target. Today we have Motherwell in the Scottish Cup semi-final. The league table looks interesting. Celtic have resurged. We are equal on points with Rangers, 67 apiece. Their form's been as shaky as ours. And Aberdeen have dropped off the boil a bit, but they had to play us and Celtic and lost both those games, so that's why they've suddenly fallen so far behind. I think they might have played Rangers as well, I'm not sure, but they've had definitely the hardest run in towards the top 6 of any team of the top 4. Hibs also just 2 points behind them, so from what could have been a great Aberdeen season and an awful Celtic season, it's turned into a still pretty bad Celtic season, but they could still get Champions League football, to what could be a mediocre season for Aberdeen. Partick Thistle rounding off the top 6, beating Dundee to that crown on goal difference. Other thing I'm going to cover just now is sponsorship. Now I said I wanted sponsors to go up at the end of this year. Now I have got a screenshot of it, but in case I forget to put it in the end of season review, if you like, I'm going to show you it just now while I'm remembering. So ones that are up for the end of the season is a general sponsor that's been here for 4 years. That's worth 53k over 4 years. It's really not a lot. Got another general sponsor worth 26k. That's only been here for a year, so I'm not expecting that one to go up too much. Youth sponsor 66k. This one, main kit, this is a big one that I expect to go up. I'm wanting this to be about 3 million a year, if I'm remembering correctly, to compete with the old firm, where it's 3 million over 3 years, sort of a million a year kind of thing. So I'm hoping for a big increase here. That's been here for 5 years. Stadium sponsor, this might be part of the issue with me getting a new stadium, so I've held off asking for a new stadium recently, in the hopes that with this sponsor ending we can hopefully get a new stadium or an upgrade to the stadium. And then the 1 year continental sponsor also expires, as well as the club membership, but that's obviously going to renew for a similar kind of amount. So hopefully we can get big increases here. All our sponsors apart from 2 are ending, and they all predate getting us into the Champions League, bar a couple of the 1 year deals. So hopefully we can see a big increase here. Last thing we're going to cover is I did go to the board and ask for increased junior coaching and junior scouting. If I can find the junior budget increased, and as you can see, that's now going to go exceptional level, and youth, just do that, and then that's going to go to well established level, which I believe is the best you can get. Anyway, I'm going to skip straight to pitch side for this Motherwell game now. And we are back into the game. We've gone pretty much full strength here. We've got Woodman, Tvetanov, Patev, Suter, Finlayson, Young, Baronis, maybe debatable with him being full strength team now. Caviglia, Crawford again debatable. Walker again debatable with Callum Smith, but I find Walker's been... Callum Smith came off the boil a bit and Walker done well in the last game. And Featheroom up top. Z Gomez is back to orange injury. I could have had him on the bench, but we went with Brandon Cannon there as he's only 8% fitness. 7 days before he's back in full training, so I'm not expecting too much just now. Motherwell have lost 3 of their last 5 games. I'm expecting to pile on the misery. We'll go with that, and I want to see a good performance. Get no reaction. That isn't ideal. Although at the same time we've been playing poor with full greens in the last few games, as much as we've had a couple of wins in that time, performances have been drastically down. So hopefully, maybe no reactions while we're needing. Baronis plays that out wide. Gary Finlayson on the overlap, played in nicely to Jamie Walker. His touch is poor and it's cleared away. John Suter's going to pick up, finds Baronis, forward to Walker. Ali Crawford back to Jamie Baronis, back to Ali Crawford. That's a good ball into Featheroom. He's put it wide. It's finishing sometimes for the guy that's got 16, 17, 18 finishing, something like that. It's absolutely atrocious. Motherwell players looking nervous though, so that's good for us, although we've now got a couple looking nervous and frustrated as well. That's not quite so ideal, but we are looking the better team right now. Those nervous and frustrated increasing on our side. Unfortunately, that's not ideal. Never like how nervous players, particularly in defence. We're just going to make one little change here. We're going to try the opposition instructions. Not done that for a while. Maybe see if we can get that going again, and maybe that will help. Second half can surely only get better. I agree with the game there. So I'm going to go with angry, try and rile them up. We've got a lot of reaction there, so hopefully that can do something. Finlayson to Baronis. The other thing that I'm going to say is I'm scouting a lot of talent now for next season. Suter that clear to Mackenzie. Picks up though for Motherwell, back to Liam Polworth, away by Vetinov. Williamson intercepts. So I've basically started my end of season scouting. I'm going to look at, there's a number of big players who are maybe getting on a bit in years, but they're big players, big name players, that I'm looking at maybe bringing in next season if the contract expires. Ali Crawford puts that in the back of the net. If their contract expires, we have got one pre-deal signed. It's for an 18-year-old Turk who's going to play central attack and mid. Basically Ali Crawford's age mixed with a big injury, he's seen him regress quite a lot, so as much as he's still getting in the first team, I think it might be time to move him on. And my scouts are raving about this kid, so he accepted $5 a week and there was no compensation to pay, so I'm absolutely ecstatic with that. Hopefully we can get him going. There's one other that I want to get, but unfortunately he's in a country that doesn't survive with the Bosman ruling, so as much as we can sign him because he's on a month-to-month contract, his wages and demands aren't going to go down, and he's on $86 a week just now because he's in Qatar. So his wage demands are still going to be 18-20k, I think it said it was, which we just can't afford to pay, or at least we might can afford to pay it now, but I'm not willing to pay it for a player who is going to improve the team a lot, but not drastically. As Featheroom catches the goalkeeper well out of position there and tucks that one home. An assist from Ali Crawford we've picked up this second half. Encoding overloaded. Just keeping an eye on that, because don't normally see that with Football Manager. I mentioned it a couple of episodes ago, I spotted it, so hopefully it's not too bad for you guys. Actually not going to do that, I'm going to bring him on for Young instead. It's Featheroom's in again, and he's... Oh my god. I'm speechless, guys. I'm absolutely speechless. 2 yards out or something like that, and he misses the target. 17 finishing or something. He's complaining he's not getting enough first team football as well, when Z Gomez is playing and scoring goals, and that's the kind of shots I'm getting from him. But that's a decent ball in, and he's put it wide again. It's so frustrating sometimes. We are 2-0 up though, so we're going to bring on Brandon Cannon. Going to let you guys get to see him in action, and we're going to bring on Harry Cochrane as well. Crawford, our 2 highest rated players we're bringing off, but both of them are tiring. Let's give them a little bit of a rest, and give other players a go, particularly young players like Cochrane and Cannon, who can really develop with game time in such important games. McManus, oh my god, it's not so comfortable now. I've just made 2 changes, bringing off our 2 most effective players, and they've had a fluffed shot from the edge of the box and scored it. That's not quite how I planned that change to go. I'm going to give it another couple of minutes, and then we are going contain, play even safer, deeper, stop playing out of defence, stop working the ball into the box, more direct passing, be more disciplined, balance, because we're actually fairly wide with our formation, prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Woodman, I want you to slow pace down, over the top, take long kicks please, and confirm those changes. We just want to see out this game now. I'm going to match that with a concentrate. As we can't get the ball there to Vetinov, back to Caviglia. He somehow managed to find Cochrane. Second time of asking, he finds Brandon Cannon, the youngster. He's 16 years old, and he's put it wide of the mark. And with that, I'm bringing our midfield back. It's not that I want to, I just think it's a sensible decision here, as we're going to play you as an inverted winger on attack, try and get you a bit further forward just to match up. So how are we looking? 94th minute, 2-1 up, full time. We will take that. We're into our first final, guys, in this series, our first cup final anyway. So I'm going to say congratulations, guys, you've dreamt of a final. Got a lot of interesting key players: Patev, Suter, Z Gomez. There's someone else as well that has interest in them. I can't remember who it is just now off the top of my head. Let's have a look actually. At home, wanted Suter, Z Gomez, Patev. Liam Anderson, right, that's irrelevant. There was somebody else that the interest obviously diminished in. So when is the next game? We're going to play Celtic, I would imagine, but we'll skip forward to tomorrow and find out who we're playing. I'm just going to quickly send assistant. Just want to see who we're playing in the final. I'm pretty much guaranteeing it's going to be Celtic. They've been a bit more resurgent in the last couple of weeks, and are playing championship opposition, so I'm expecting the final to be arguably the hardest game we could have. Craig wants a Celtic final, apparently. I do not. What is his issue with us? Okay, he's just not happy with his team's performance, and I was going to say it's, don't see that result being hard to swallow, because really shouldn't be. Just give me the result of the Celtic game, please. That's all I want to know. It's the result of Celtic versus Queen of the South. Queen of the South surprise would be absolutely smashing, in my opinion. Hopefully we get it after this next bit of loading. Oh, so close. 4-3 win for Celtic. We do get the team we're expecting to play. Queen of the South ran on closer than I thought. Billy Hughes is on loan from us as well on the score sheet. He is developing very, very nicely. So that leaves us a Heart Celtic final. This is the boy that we've signed, Hassan Bayar. 11 passing doesn't impress me much. 13, you know, but he's solid all round. Greens in every important stat, and he's increased to 19 years old now. So he must have been 19 actually when I looked at him, and I thought he was 18. But I've been scouting him for a long, long time. So hopefully we do that, and we get 3 million for our share of the pooled gate receipts and television money for the semi-final. That leaves our finances at 21.8 million, obviously gone down quite a lot since the last time I showed you, just because of wages and no real money coming in anymore. So, when are we coming back? So we've got Celtic here, we know that. What I think we're going to do, I'm not going to say what game we're coming back for. We're going to come back when we can win the league, if we can do that. Failing to do that, we'll come back when we can basically guarantee Champions League qualification. Of course, that might come before we don't win the league. Failing that, we'll come back for the last game of the season, and we'll go through everything that's happened. And then an episode after that, we'll have the Scottish Cup final on its own, because I feel like that deserves to be on its own. Anyway, guys, if you liked this episode, hit like, hit subscribe, and I'll hopefully catch you all next time.